Yeah. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And there's a topic I wanted to talk about today. This deal about, is Nintendo gonna go back to cartridges with the Nintendo NX? Before I do that, I just wanted to say that while I was thinking of this video, I said, wait a minute. I don't know if it was the way the sun was shining today or something. It's Mother's Day, by the way. I said, wait a minute. Wasn't it Mother's Day when I started Joey JCM Weekly? I went back, I checked, and sure enough, that was the day, 2 years ago, Mother's Day 2014, when I started Joey JCM Weekly. And why is that such a big point in the history of this channel? Well, that video was the point when, not that I took my channel in a new direction, but it was the point where I wanted to expand and bring more content to the channel, more content more often. So that was the first video that marked the starting point of the new generation at that time. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's a decade anniversary. There's plenty to celebrate. Certain things of the past are pretty much been confirmed as dead, and it's time to move on. So it's a perfect day, a perfect video, a perfect time for the next step in the Joey JCM universe world. The next generation, the next level, starting off fresh, reborn. I feel reborn coming back from what I just came back from. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the topic I want to talk about here. So it's been rumored that this company Machronix, who's been close with Nintendo since the Nintendo 64, has reported that later on this year they're looking to ramp up production on their flash memory, their cartridges, bullshit, and stuff like that. Now, Machronix makes the Nintendo 3DS cartridges. Okay, so that's why people are saying, oh, they're definitely going to be making cartridges for NX if that's the case, right? But Machronix also makes BIOS and flash memory chips for systems like Wii U and PlayStation 4. So like internal memory, bullshit like that. And we all know those systems use discs, right? Then you might have some people say, well, if that's the case, no, then it's definitely going to be, something internal memory or something like that. Why would they go back to using cartridges? 3DS is a handheld. That's like different, and you can go either way with that thought. But the thing that is getting me is the fact that Nintendo said that they will not be selling the Nintendo NX at a loss. Now that's the thing that makes me think, holy crap, are we actually going to see the NX use a cartridge-based system for its games? You take out this drive, you add on the fact that the recent rumor about AMD and their new technology that Nintendo might put into the NX, technology that allows you to run these high-end graphics with much lower power and much lower specs needed. Also cost less. All these clues are kind of adding up to and kind of fit into this, hey, maybe Nintendo is going to use cartridges for their next system, which would be fucking cool. Now here's what I like about it. I think it's fucking amazing. And here's what I don't like about the rumor. Okay? The thing that I love about it, obviously, is that with solid state memory, is the games are going to load like that. With CDs and discs, the laser has to find the information and stuff. It's still quick as hell, but it still has to move, and but with solid state, it's snap your finger. That's one of the reasons why Nintendo wanted to stay with the cartridges for Nintendo 64 because they believed that games, you should not have to wait for loading times with games. Games should be quick, right into the game, right into the fun, right into the experience. But back in the day, solid state memory was very expensive. That's why cartridges were so expensive. The reason why people switched over to CDs and discs were because discs were dirt cheap, and also they had more memory on them. It was a win-win situation. Cartridges, on the other hand, they were more expensive to produce and they had less memory. Yes, they had the advantage of faster loading times, but the weight of the good versus the bad was like this, you know what I mean? At that time, you can go buy a 128 gigabyte micro SD card for Blu-ray discs. They have about like 55 gigabytes of memory. Now, like I said, with these solid state micro SD cards today, 128 gigabytes. You know, really cheap with more memory. And another thing I like about it, if a game has updates, you could potentially download the update right to the SD card, not even using the space on your system. So I'm all for this. I love this. But the thing about this rumor that I do not like is that they're rumored to be 32 gigabyte cards, which now, I believe the Wii U modified. Wii U uses a type of Blu-ray disc. It's not exactly a Blu-ray disc. I believe the Wii U Blu-ray discs are about 25 gigabytes. So these would be a bump up from the Wii U memory for games. But like I said, the PlayStation 4 regular Blu-ray discs up to like 55 gigabytes, and those are like have already been being filled up. So if Nintendo has cartridges, I'm so excited for that. But my God, if they come out with 32 gigabyte cartridges, considering how cheap these, you know, like even up to 128 gigabyte micro SD cards are today, I don't know what to say, man. Like, Nintendo was just fucked. Like, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. Everybody knows that, but like, games are being filled up with 55 gigabytes. You're gonna come out with a 32 gigabyte thing. You gotta stop thinking about just yourself. You're around because of your nostalgia, basically. You know what I mean? Like, people want to work with you. But ever since Nintendo 64, you've been in, like, you know, one time, okay, two times, what the fuck, you know, three times is like, for too long now, you've been intentionally fucking with the people that want to work with you. I hope the rumor is true, but I hope the part about the 32 gigabytes is not true. Even if they say 65 gigabytes, I'll be happy, I guess. It should be more than that, but... So I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous. I mean, I love Nintendo, but... no matter what you do, Nintendo, this NX needs to be super inviting for whoever wants to make games on your system. People will want to make games on your system if they can. Nintendo 64, okay, you were worried about piracy, it's harder to pirate cartridges, plus the loading times. Okay, but developers couldn't fit their games on the cartridges. Plus they were too expensive. Gamecube, loved the hell out of it, but the mini discs, even though I loved them, it was cool at the time, they could only fit about 2.5 gigabytes opposed to like 8 gigabytes like a DVD could. We actually had DVDs, but then they couldn't fit the power. The system was too weak, you know what I mean? It was just like, you know. Then Wii U actually had Blu-rays, but then they only prepared to port games from Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 over to it. They didn't prepare for PS4 and Xbox One's x86 architecture. So ever since the Nintendo 64, you've been making it hard for developers to make games on your systems. So I am excited about this. I am excited about the potential for NX. They have to get it right. They have to fix everything that they need to fix. And if they don't, I honestly, I just don't know. I just don't know. I love Nintendo. I'm probably gonna get it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I am excited about this rumor, but I'm also very worried. But ladies and gentlemen, that's how I feel about the rumor about the Nintendo NX potentially going back to a cartridge turn-based system for their games. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with me all this time. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, but like I said, the past 2 years, I've really been hitting it hard. Around that time, I had about 34 subscribers. Now I'm up to like 95. I had like 96. It keeps going up and down. I'm just barely touching 100. But from 34 to 96, you know, for someone like me, I really appreciate every subscriber that I get. Even if it's one subscriber, I'm like, wow! I know a lot of people out there are probably like, yo, I get like 100 subscribers a day, you know, or like 100 subscribers a day to them is like peanuts. But like I said, thank you for sticking with me, whoever's been there from the beginning, and thank you for whoever has hopped on. For me even to think that I went from 34 subscribers to 90 something, I mean, I remember when it was like 60 something, I was like, what? Mind blown, you know? But now we're up to like 95. Thank you guys for sticking with me. It's been a really cool 2 years, and I will see you on the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. I will see you later. Wow!